Hello, this is the absolute best way to train magic as a peer. What you need to do this method is you need negative 65 magic bonus, which you can get by wearing plate legs, plate body, kite shield, and a full helm. Obviously you're going to wear rune if you're a peer, or iron I mean. And a staff gives 10 magic bonus, so you need vambraces too. Since they give negative 10, you need vambraces to be able to wear a staff. You could technically splash like this, but that costs a lot of runes for every cast that you don't really need to spend. The next thing you need is an item to elk. I personally use air battle staffs because they have a very high buy limit, and you don't lose as much money as some other items. You need natures, of course, for elking, soul rune to cast the stun. You need 5 fire runes for every nature you have, or you can use lavas, which act as fire and earth, which are cheaper than fire. So the last thing you need is a mud battle staff. You don't necessarily need it, but every single soul rune, every single stun or other cast you do cost many earth and water runes, which mud battle staff gives. So this will save you a ton of money if you use one. Once you have everything that you need, you come to a place where you can attack a monster, but it can't attack you back. So any sort of safe spot will work. Personally, I use this spot because it's so close to the GE, so I can go and buy more elks really quickly. So what you do is you lure the monster close by, and then personally I lure 2 skeletons so it's easier to click. You move the camera so that it's close to the inventory, then you just stun, use an elk, and then they queue up, so it's really easy. Like the stun, you can cast the stun really early, and it'll cast it once it's allowed to. So you just keep repeating that. It's really simple. And of course you can do this with any other sort of spell that you can splash. You could do it with combat spells such as Fire Strike, which you can actually auto-cast that, so it might be even easier. Or you could do it with body rune spells, or the other soul spells such as Vulnerability. This is where I would say you should start training with this method. 66 to all the way to 99 if you're a 1 defense peer. This is around 150,000 XP an hour, compared to normal elking, which is around 70k, somewhere around that. Might be a bit more expensive, might be a bit more, but cheaper. They're depending on what you elk, how much you make off each elk, the price of nats, and so on. But it's around the same and a lot faster, so I would always recommend doing this. So what makes this method so good for peers is you can do it with 1 prayer, 1 defense, you don't even need ancients yet, and it doesn't give any HP XP. So the alternatives is you could burst, which you need prayer and it gives lots of HP XP, or you could just straight up elk, which of course that's an option, but it's just a lot slower. Or the other methods that people commonly do is lunar spells, which those are fast, but the problem is you need 40 defense for lunars, so you can't do that as a 1 defense peer.